pseudo-tanks, as you mentioned, are in effect here. To me, KT really wants to snowball these lanes hard. We've seen Smeb in counter matchups get 1v1 kills against Renekton, for example, on the Camille. The 4-1 will be very powerful if Camille can pop off, but definitely no guarantees. The opposition today in MVP is formidable.
Yeah, and I really do like the draft that KT have put together as well. It's not like, oh, we've got Camille, let's just pick a bunch of champions afterwards. This looks like it has been sort of fashioned around being able to get that pick for Smeb. As we're going through, this bottom lane is going to be very, very important. The Allouche versus Varus and Thresh. We'll see how it is going to go, because MVP have a lot to sort of work out if they're going to go up against Deft and Mata, who have been very, very strong, regardless of what's been going on the rest of the map for KT Rolster.
We've got everything going on in your first game, Max. Lots of trademark picks. Pick comps from MVP, and KT Rolster still trying to work out the kinks, trying to get to that second spot. Should be a fun one.
Yeah, let's hop straight onto the rift, though, ladies and gentlemen. My first game, I'm super excited. Let's do it. Looked like Score was trying to offer a little bit of assistance, and now going to wrap around. Maha, no vision. Yeah, the exhaust immediately there from Mata. Oh, that's going to be first blood as Score picks it up mid-lantern ride. For options right now from Smithy.
Way regardless of that, Atlas. Beyond on the invade here, Score has a health disadvantage, but his mid laner can come.
Yeah, get off my lawn, but Score is going to take down the Raptor, pulls out the big claws, and is going to be able to take down.
Not going to have his mid bot lane as starting it anyway.
Yeah, there's the Hemo Plague. As Ian is spirit rushing his way around. Pawn doesn't manage to steal away the dragon, but is able to pick up the jungler for his first kill of the game. It's 3-0 now in favor of KT, but Infernal is good news for MVP.
Late game damage is mostly around animation cancels, and this is Deft on the Lucian. It's a wraparound gank again from Beyond.
Yeah, another Lantern brings him in there. There's the flash. Oh, good predict! As Mata's going to get in front of the hook. Deft now throwing out some damage. Max in trouble, as they are going to trade support for support. Deft gets flashed on, though, as Maha grabs his second kill on this bottom side of the map. And there's the Varus really starting things off well. Yeah, and Smeb actually below 50% health, as well as Max. Oh my goodness, flashes into the flay. The ultimatum goes down as Smeb gets his way out. ADD in trouble, but it looks like Smeb is going to fall. Max grabs a well-deserved kill for that roam, and MVP really starting to turn things on. And it actually suits Lucian incredibly well.
AD caster-esque AD carries, absolutely.
Yeah, more buttons to press, more auto attacks to go off as Max taking a fair bit of damage here. Score makes his way in. The box goes down as Max gets himself the shield. Hook lands, but Score is able to pick that one up. The culling just to get Maha out of the lane, but a nice gank there from Score. Close enough, and Ian had the inside track. Beyond. He's going to turn up. No Cocoon going to be thrown out, and it is going to concede that Rift Scuttler. Crimson Rush is there, looking for a dive underneath this turret, but Hemo Player goes down. Not going to be enough to take down the Ahri, but may need to get the heck out of here.
Big health there.
Oh my goodness, the flash there from Pawn. He still has the pull. It's Beyond in so much trouble. That's the double. All too easy for the mid laner of KT, and Ian should not have snuck around. For me to get here, Pub Smithy, that's what he was.
You're giving him the LPL buff because he really is looking a lot better, and now top lane, ADD, might just die 1v1 to Smeb.
Yeah, Smeb just traps him in there and takes him down. I mean, it looked like ADD had given up, but of course he had no other choice whatsoever.
A couple members show up, and it is going to be seeded by MVP.
And I guess the question people are going to be asking is whether or not it is Pawn being fantastic, but hold that thought for the moment as Steadfast Presence held on to for exactly the right amount of time. ADD's been really impressive, but Pawn's just going to stop that from being a thing. And takes him down with a couple of presses of some buttons. The Ghost popped as well. There was no way he was going to escape, and that's going to be another turret falling down for KT.
He's going to have the good favor later in the game. That's one way to look at it. Some glass half full stuff there, Atlas.
Yeah, that's me. Got to remember that, as there's no glass full enough for ADD, because he is dead. Brilliant.
Oh, it's a lot of damage on the side of this Vlad.
There's a demonstration as well as the Hemo Plague does go down. I believe Ian may just die from this, and he does. Could have the momentum moving forward.
Not really much of a conditional if, Atlas. They are way, way ahead without scale as ADD decide to come steal the blue for some reason.
Well, he's going to die.
Yep.
There's going to be Smurf taking him down. A little bit too easily there. Nice. Well, no, Pawn doesn't do that. That's just,
doesn't he?
He's just going to walk underneath the turret, tanking up for as long as he likes. And Ian's going to take a heck of a lot of damage. Fight towards the top side of the jungle here as well, as Score is going to fall immediately. There's a redemption, keeping MVP safe as Smeb finding his way in a little bit too late. Ultimatum goes down. It is going to be Pawn grabbing the kill. He's still dancing around the fight, but Deft gets smacked out. The pool goes down. This Vladimir might be in trouble. Ian tanks up the culling. And that's going to be a dead Ari, but Pawn now still battling. Going to have a look at nothing just for a moment, but it looks like the rest of KT are going to make it out. But that is a 3 for 2 in favor of MVP. But the Baron, has been stopped. Oh, Pawn doesn't find anything and is just going to get picked. That was a huge mistake from KT, and now they're going to have to back away. Disaster strikes.
KT have to react.
Well, this is that smite that Score was saving up from earlier, Papa Smithy. That's what they're going to need, as there's the redemption, keeping them a little bit more healthy. Culling comes in. Score is going to get himself into the pit, but not going to get the Baron. He's going to fall down as well. Beyond grabs that kill, as Smeb now just going to grapple his way over. And MVP grabbed himself a Baron against all we were expecting.
On a time, but it's been 2 solo mistakes in many ways from KT that have allowed Envy back in, but here's a big attempted initiation.
Yeah, there's 3-man Hemo Plague. Pawn getting a lot of damage down. Ultimatum comes in as well, as Max taking a lot of damage. ADD gets himself into the backline though, as Deft takes down Max, smacks away some of the members of KT, but now Deft just hurting 3 people. ADD's going to fall. This is not what MVP wanted, because this is going to eat into that Baron time. Smeb gets himself over. Score turns up as well, but not even going to get an assist for that one. And now KT back on the front foot. I'll lock him down just for a moment. Redemption's going to come in here, but you can see KT, they have moved themselves around this map, looking to try and get towards that mid lane, and they have got here first. Will that turret fall down? It's taking a heck of a lot of damage. Smeb finally gets caught. Should die as the ultimatum comes in, but Ian taking a lot of damage. He grapples his way out. Smeb survives for a long time. Now Pawn, Deft, and Marta do make their way out.
Have a bit of a love tap fight.
Yeah, Smeb also telling his team that there are a couple down there towards the bottom side of the map, meaning that KT can start this Baron once again. They do have that Scrying Orb in the pit. It's going down very, very low, but there's no... Oh my, what? The hook steal from Max! What was that?
We've seen some creative Baron steals, Atlas, but that one takes the cake. A Thresh stealing Baron. Smite available from Score, did not use it. Did you not call that series beautiful?
Oh, I had a lot of fun. A lot of fun. But maybe for the wrong reasons. As ADD going to throw out the Keeper's Verdict. Knocks a couple away, and Score has been locked down. The box comes in, and that's going to be Ian getting the pick onto the jungler. Elder Drake going to go over to MVP as well.
With ER, not as big a fan, but ejecting 2 members, a 5v3 40 minutes in, with all the damage being completed so massive as here's KT with the engage.
Yeah, there's the ultimatum as well, as Ian's taking a lot of damage. Hemo Plague down as well onto everyone from Pawn. Maha's going to get exhausted and destroyed. Beyond takes down Deft, but not before he did 1 billion damage to MVP. And that Guardian Angel ain't going to save you. Nicely played from KT to get the team fight, as ADD was nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, that's right.
Looking to try and at least lock down 1 member of MVP. Good Keeper's Verdict gets him out of there, though, as ADD down to about half health. Beyond in trouble as well, as the heroic charge comes in, but now ADD's on his own. Max gets cornered as well. The box comes in, but it's not going to be enough. There's the Guardian Angel. And ADD, he's going to be in the middle of everyone from KT and destroyed. Smeb now heading himself forward. He has the Guardian Angel. He can play this front line. And KT have gotten rid of both tanky members of MVP, and it's just looking like they'll be able to continue this push forward.
They might even be able to close out the game. Still some decent wave clear, but 5v3 this late in the game. Death timer's really, really long. That's 2nd inhibitor down. Trying to ride in this minion wave.
Oh my goodness, Smeb with a massive flash into the backline. Maha's going to fall Beyond as well. Heads up into the rappel, but he'll be taken down. That's going to be Deft falling underneath the turret, but that's going to be the ace. Pawn grabs the last kill, and the Nexus turrets finally fall down in favor of KT. It was a rough ride, Papa Smithy, but they got there in the end without any Barons necessary. Everyone on MVP. It's a difficult composition to make sure works very, very well. We'll see whether it is going to, as this is a very exciting matchup. The Scion versus Smeb's Rumble.
I mean, Scion is the best at not dying. He can build so tanky, gets extra health scaling, so he's just going to be looking for a pretty defensive laning phases. Do we have some errors here? We're moving away from our augmented reality to our new reality, which is the OGN Legion, so perhaps it's going to be a restart here. That's what I'm going to guess. We're not getting any voices in our heads, other than the ones that are always there for me.
Yep.
I have good conversations.
Yeah, no. Some of them are very funny as well. I mean, you are cackling quite a lot.
OGN can cackle.
Yeah.
Sadly not an emote. Sorry, OGN Legion.
Unfortunate. Maybe one day. We can all hope.
That's a new patch. Cherry. Are they sponsored by cherries? That'd be a pretty good sponsor.
I love the fruit sponsorships. They're my personal favorite.
What would be
your
personal fruit sponsor?
Avocado. Immediately.
Well, it looks like
it's
we're
not
just
even a question.
Load into the game, I guess. Gonna skip out of the augmented reality and get into our current reality of Game 2. I like that you mentioned that because, well, we're gonna see Beyond and Score meet.
Yeah, battling actually as Red Buff still circling around Beyond, but Score's found the brush. Will be able to leap onto Beyond. There's the last shot, and it's Beyond that picks up the kill. And Pawn is looking for this one onto Beyond. Will be able to answer that. Grabs the double buff, but Ian, he wants to grab some for himself. Threaded volley, but that's going to be the pull. And Ian grabs it with the transfusion. 2-1, very early for MVP. He's way down here. Scores in as well. Thrill of the Hunt is down. Yeah, massive block to come in as well as Pawn's going to get knocked up. There's the equalizer. Maha in trouble. It's going to be Pawn falling already, but Deft grabs himself the double. Hemoplate comes in as Mata puts himself in front of his AD carry. And MVP not going to be able to get anything more. Smeb might be in trouble, but not going to get hit by that Q. And Ian just playing defense as ADD's towards the top side. Just going to put pressure on this turret.
2-for-1 trade because Smeb had teleport advantage. We'll have to exit. Will they keep the Drake leash? The answer is yes.
Yeah, Pawn throws the threaded volley through. Score will need to actually hit his smite button this time as he gets... Oh, actually, no. Beyond wants to try and grab it. Deft is just going to solo kill Maha. And now Score, no, not going to be able to grab it a little bit early on the smite. And Beyond says, yep, I am steady-handed and steady smiteable. Ian didn't have the flash. As ADD now going to get turned on. Deft gets himself out of harm's way as Mata very aggressively positions and gets the snare onto ADD, who falls. Beyond now taking a lot of damage, getting burned down with the flame spitter. Pawn flashes his way out. It's a double kill for the Talia. Max gets evaporated underneath his inner turret, and yeah, that is not how you want to feel.
There's more CS in general, so MVP just hoping to slow the game, and here's KT trying to accelerate it.
Yeah, another weave as well comes in as Ian does have the flash available. There's the equalizer down as Ian throws in the pull. He's trying to go 1 versus 2. The teleport's coming in, but now ADD has made it his way to the fight. Smeb turns around, burning down the Vladimir, and that's going to just beautiful assessment of what you can achieve as ADD just couldn't do anything without the Vladimir for damage.
I felt like the shot calling kind of fell apart on the side of MVP as ADD now is caught.
Yeah, Deft has turned up as well, so a lot of extra damage now. The culling comes in, ADD will get snipped by it. Max taking the last couple of shots, and that is 2 swift kills for KT. Not something you get to often say about that particular ability. As Smeb possibly caught out of position, doesn't have the Zhonya's completed and will just die. He's going to make sure that KT can pick up this dragon, but is that even really worth it?
You can see that some brush camps are here though from MVP.
Yeah, Max may be caught out of position as well. As Deft and Mata are going to find him. Yeah, the equalizer goes down. Weaver's Wall to get Pawn into the fight as well. 3 versus 2, and there's multiple fronts now as Beyond's in trouble. He should be the first casualty as Deft just dashes over the wall. ADD soon to follow surely, and it's going to be Pawn that grabs that kill. Now 3 versus 5. Deft looks immortal here on the front line for KT. Especially extra safe damage as well as Mata maybe in trouble, but does have the cavalry arriving, and ADD is now the one certainly in a bad spot as Score is able to pick up that kill. His first of the game. Now Beyond has to run. Deft is hunting him. The Weaver's Wall is going to get Pawn in there. Beyond slowed down and now possibly taken out as Ian gets himself over the top. The Hemoplague comes in. That is probably the closest thing to a successful zoning Hemoplague that I've ever seen. Well, Mata can help out with some shields, but Max is going to turn up. Another fight on multiple fronts. The Hemoplague does come in, but Deft just avoids everything. Ian's in trouble. He's exhausted. He's going to fall down first off. Another kill for Deft. ADD very, very low. Decimating smash. Oh! Massive knockoff. Max has possibly started a good fight here for MVP. Double kill. Make that a triple. Is that the Quadrakill for Max? The Scion's going off. As Pawn's the last man standing. Where did that damage come from?
How does Max keep doing it, making it happen with a Baron steal on Thresh and now potentially a second Baron secure? That's picking up incidental kills on support Scion. And how does MVP, against the run of the game, get Baron every time?
That was ridiculous. The 3-man knockout with the decimating smash and then everything else working out for the Scion. The things they transform into, can't you, Pop Smithy?
He's a mecha, though. He's a robot. A robot train?
I don't actually know the rules, the Transformer rules. I'll need to talk to my friend Shia LaBeouf about it. As there's the equalizer. Really nice positioning here for KT as everyone's already been softened up. A big takedown onto Max, who's now actually able to run around this fight doing a fair bit of damage. Pawn was taken down by Maha earlier on. Good hook comes in as Marta's being locked down. Score is dead. It's a double kill as everyone's turning it around on the side of MVP. And could it be happening another time? KT turned around game one. Not sure whether they can do it again.
The handshake in the mid game is just insane. Crazy team fighting. MVP can only win in 5v5s, and KT decided, well, with enough ahead, let's go for a 5v5. But guess what, KT? After this play, you're going to be hundreds of golds ahead, not thousands of gold ahead, maybe even behind, as you can see, and they're going to look for the end.
They're looking for it. Of course, it was an ace here by MVP. The inhibitor falls down. Baron buff still circulating the members of MVP. Ian decides he wants to tank up this turret, and he can do so. Second inhibitor, Nexus turret is going to fall down. Marta is not going to be enough, and MVP take us to game number 3. Game number 3. It's all on the line now, Papa Smithy. And if MVP can rattle KT at all, this could be a way to take this one home.
I mean, they've definitely rattled KT. Now, actually picking up the match win is the next step. Still a possibility. Brand is still some ways exploitable in lane. But I like the pick, because it is a wink and a nod to the last time these two teams faced. A lot of power on the side of KT. We cannot understate that they have very powerful champions. Almost every role that Vladimir even picked up in the second round of the draft. But they've had that power 3 games in a row, and it hasn't necessarily allowed them to open up what looked on paper to be a 2-0. So MVP, the plucky underdogs, this is the underdog story through and through.
That's exactly right. And what you said about not having the pushing lanes that they may necessarily require, KT in game number 1 made use of their pushing lanes to get that Vladimir ahead.
Until they didn't.
Yeah, but can they do it this time around? I mean, their early games have been good, but it's looking like there are opportunities for MVP to really get themselves in there. But let's not waste any more time. Let's hop onto the riff for game number 3. MVP versus KT. Has the knowledge.
ADD's going to go for a walk. He's like, nope. Has that extra information. He wants to keep score up here as long as possible without dying.
Doesn't actually know whether he's backed off just yet, but now Score going to reveal himself. Beyond's up here as well. They've had time to respond. There's the Dredgeliners Score. The ultimate goes down. Good double knock-up, as that's an immediate execution of the jungler. Beyond picks up first blood as well, as Marta clearing out vision here in the mid lane, but KT, no response. MVP going to start off this dragon. It resets for a moment as Marta pokes his head in. Cute little licky tongue onto Max. His Chains of Corruption go wide, but Beyond is able to secure that Cloud Drake. Pawn gets his way through. Now frontline Vladimir cutting off this fight, as that's a massive knockback. Really good equalizer though, as MVP take a fair bit of damage, but Smeb is going to fall down. MVP already taking control of this fight. Another auto attack, and there goes Pawn as Score and Deft now trying to kite this one back. Deft gets stunned though. He's going to get taken. Double kill now for Beyond as Ian turns up and says, guys, you already killed 4 people.
The equalizer was perfect if KT was forcing MVP to retreat, but they were actually rushing into. Different is, here's the Tom Kench.
Yeah, they're looking to try and at least cut off Ian here as Pawn tanking up this turret. He's the one that they want there, as there's the shockwave. Only onto Marta though. Good pull, and Pawn's going to help take down the Orianna. Oh dear. Deft in a lot of trouble, but Arcane Shift gets himself over the wall. Doesn't get the cannon.
This is a race for the first brick. It looks like it's going to be won by MVP. They have more members. I didn't see the HP in bot.
Smeb's actually going to turn up. No more minions are there, though, as Max is going to get melted. There's the Silence empowered auto attack to finish that one off, as ADD is getting some damage down on the top side of the map, but it is going to mean first brick does go to KT, I believe. Already used it, and Ian's going to survive. Teleport's coming in from KT as MVP are looking to try and surround ADD.
All alone.
Might be in trouble, yeah, as the Harpoon's going to land. Good knock up onto Pawn, but he's got the pull. He's fine. It's a 2-man shockwave. Oh, Chains of Corruption goes down as well, as Marta's going to save Pawn. He gets himself out. I don't believe has the pull. He doesn't, as now Beyond is just kiting everyone around. Good equalizer onto 4 members. Means that MVP does have to back away, but that's 2 for nothing. And now 2-7 in favor of MVP. Nicely done, as now KT. What is this? This is very aggressive as Score goes over the side, but is he going to get punished?
Talked about the Baron speed. They're going to try it, Atlas. Score is still pretty healthy. This is very risky.
True Shot Barrage just softens them up once again. Exactly right, Deft. Good Arcane Shift gets him to fast. Smeb is going to take down Ian. He's going to fall, but can Deft play this one from the outside? Score grabs himself the Baron. The first time in this series as Deft goes over the side, but can't take down Beyond. That is going to be the Baron, and it's now only on score, I believe. I don't even know whether Marta actually has it, as there's the empowered recall as Maha just needed the one auto attack and the piercing arrow.
Tank Elise, so if it was a Portable Elise, maybe not as deep teleport from ADD.
Yeah, Deft actually off to the side here as there's the knock-up on Tomato. He gets Chains of Corruption down as well. Immediate Grey Health pop as the Redemption's going to come in. Doesn't get the shield though, as Smeb is going to get caught by that dredge line, but they're underneath the turret. There's the equalizer very late, but I like the timing on that one. Pawn's still pushing on the top side of the map. That is the pick onto the support, but MVP can't get anything more, and I think will be able to hold.
They're going to try a pick. It's on Marta.
Yeah, he's actually going to get Chains of Corruption down as well, as everyone seems to be just letting him die. Good Redemption keeps him healthy. As the ball is right in there. Pawn is struggling to stay alive and will go down. Marta going to get stunned. There's the equalizer. A fair bit of damage onto Ian as the Cocoon goes wide from beyond. Marta waiting now in this brush. Smeb immediately flashes after that. Zhonya's as Deft is over to the side. Score at full health, but everyone on MVP very, very low, and they've only lost their mid laner on the side of KT with that ball to help him out. He's going to help take down this inhibitor turret. Equalizer goes down, not doing too much as Marta has to use that Grey Health. Good Chains of Corruption one more time as now Deft and Smeb. Smeb gets caught up though with that dredge line. Pawn coming through the backside. Only 2 members hit by the Hemo Plague, but is it going to be enough? That's a whiffed ultimate out of Ian, and Pawn is going to fall, but Deft at full health beyond. The Guardian Angel should be popped by Deft and does so, as now it's the 1v1 of the AD carries. Maha just demonstrates exactly what Varus can do with multiple items, and now the teleport's coming in. Could this be the game for MVP? They want to be able to take down these Nexus turrets. Score is in here. Mountain Drakes are doing so much work. The Nexus is going to be best. Score is dead. Deft is taken down as well, and MVP, they do it again. Back-to-back sweeps of KT.
2-0 over KT, and we might be getting a preview of a match in the Gauntlet. That's so exciting.